What's going on? Machenga here. So I'm liking the direction laptop manufacturers are going with the display options this year. This is the HP Envy 14 announced at CES 2021, and it has a 16:10 aspect ratio. If I'm not buying a computer specifically designed for media consumption, I honestly don't want 16:9. For video editing on the go and other multitasking, this might be the one. Obviously, 14 inches is right in the middle of 13-inch laptops and 15-inch models. This is a good size for portability, while not being as tiny as the 13-inch HP Envy. Looking at the design and overall build quality, it looks and feels a lot like the HP Envy 15, just smaller and lighter. We get a premium all-metal chassis with a little flex on the lid, but nothing to worry about. The Envy 14 weighs in at 3.3 pounds, so it's light enough not to be a burden in your backpack. It's only available in this natural silver color, and that's fine. I always get questions about the integrity of the hinge on these machines. This one is not the most rigid I've tested, but it's stiff enough to not question long-term durability. Okay, so let's check out the ports. On the left, we get the headphone microphone combo jack, one USB Type-A port, the HDMI 2.0 port, and a Thunderbolt 4 port with power delivery and display out. On the right, the power port, the second USB Type-A port, and a micro SD card slot. The display on this laptop is nice and comes factory calibrated. The biggest change from older Envy models is the 16:10 aspect ratio. It's a 14-inch 1920x1280 IPS touch panel, measuring it at nearly 500 nits of brightness. For productivity and content creation, the added vertical screen real estate is great. When you're working or just trying to complete your task, every bit of viewing space matters. It's a glossy display, so reflections are expected, but they can be managed by increasing the level of brightness. In interior lighting scenarios, it's not a big deal. This display is not just bright, it's also color accurate, covering 100% sRGB and 76% Adobe RGB. There isn't a 4K option, but most people buying this size laptop won't care about that. It's vibrant and crisp for both images and text. This model has the touchscreen, but you can get it without touch if you prefer. Right above the display is the 720p webcam. It's decent quality and adequate for video conferencing, and it does have a privacy shutter. Moving down to the keyboard deck, the keys are in this matching silver color and they are backlit. They have good key travel and tactile feedback. The spacing is comfortable and typing doesn't feel cramped at all. You'll also find the fingerprint reader here, which gives us a quick and secure way to log into the laptop. This is also where you can turn off the webcam and the microphones when not in use. The trackpad is a nice size for this 14-inch laptop, and it glides smoothly while working in Windows 10. Right above the keyboard, this might look like a speaker at first glance, but it's actually for airflow. This helps manage thermals, and paired with the dual fans, the temperatures are good and fan noise isn't excessive. You can use this around other people, even on a flight, without worrying about how it sounds as long as you dial it back from performance mode. Speaking of sound, the dual bottom firing speakers by Bang & Olufsen here are pretty good. Front facing would obviously be better, but these get loud enough. I never expect tons of bass, but outside of that, these are sufficient for listening to music. The HP Envy 14 can be configured in a number of different ways, with a starting price of $1,999 if you don't need the dedicated GPU. My review unit is on the higher end with the Intel Core i7-1165G7, the NVIDIA GTX 1650 Ti, 16 gigs of RAM that is soldered to the motherboard, and a 512 gig NVMe SSD, which is user upgradable. Regardless of which CPU you decide on, the performance is good here. Going through a range of tasks in my normal workday, I had no lag and no slowdown. Google Chrome is not my primary browser since I prefer the performance boost I get using Microsoft Edge, but this can handle a massive number of Chrome tasks without interfering with other programs. You can edit video and photos. This is also good for programming or developers, and that's another area that can benefit from the 16:10 display. The Envy 14 outperforms several laptops that are more expensive in the multi-core department, including the Razer Book 13 that also has a Core i7 processor. I feel like HP designed this to have high performance for creative professionals that also want a portable form factor without the weight of a traditional mobile workstation. Normal everyday tasks won't slow this down, so web browsing and watching videos is no problem. If you want to do some gaming, you can. You're going to want to stick to medium settings for decent playable frame rates though. There's a 63.3 watt-hour battery inside, and if you're a light user, you can get over 12 hours out of this laptop. Even more if you stick to power save mode. I consistently got over 9 hours with mixed use on performance mode. Battery life on this is great and can easily get you through a full workday or school day before you need to reach for the charger. Overall, the performance, the display, the build quality, and the great battery life make this a top contender for creatives looking for an ultra portable workstation. It's great for productivity, plus you can get some gaming in during your downtime. While many people may not consider this to be a budget laptop, when you compare the price to other laptops in this category, you get more for your money with the MV14. The MV lineup as a whole means durable, high-performing, and still affordable. I'll leave the affiliate links to this laptop and some other recommendations in the video description below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you feel like it, jump down in the comment section and let me know you like it. If you haven't already and want to show your support, don't forget to subscribe and make sure you tap the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I post new content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.